We have one out in the top of the, or pardon me, the bottom of the first. The batter right now is Owen Hidden for East Peoria. Owen headed to Illinois Central College here, coming up next year. There we go. Sorry, folks, still trying to get this thing set right just a bit. Need to. There we go. All right, nice little crowd tonight at Dave Rogers Field here. Schaffnit going to snag that one. And over to Crawford for the second out.
Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncheon.
And Duncheon going to put that one in play, back up the middle. First hit of the game. And the Raiders are in business here with 2 outs.
For the Raiders, number 5, Zach Hahn.
Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the color she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl.
I may need your hotspot there, Mr. Hidden.
It's Hidden my fi. That's what it is.
Okay. There we go.
It's 232 J Street.
All one word?
Yeah.
Let's see if that works.
Capital J and the rest is
Yep. Come on.
Says you're on.
And then it told me I wasn't. All right, Zach Hahn, the batter here. Zach headed to Highland College, picked up another fellow Raider there, heading with him today, as Corbin Parker announced that he will be playing for the Cougars of Highland Community College up there in Highland, just outside of Rockford. Schaffnit going to come set, deals it.
Baby.
That got barreled. Going to be a can of corn, though. And we will go to the second, tied at 0.
Now batting for Morton, number 25, Crawford.
All right, that's going to bring Cam Crawford, the coach's kid, up to the plate. Cam with 4 bombs and 22 RBIs on the year. He's an uncommitted junior. Also done some solid work on the mound for the Potters. And RJ going to start this one, getting in under his hands. Count evens at 1. Nice stop there. Gonna get the out. Nice diving stop there by our second baseman. Looks like Corbin Parker
Now
out
batting
there.
for Morton, number 7, Brandon Sieben.
Nice job by Corbin Parker there at second. That'll bring Brandon Sieben to the plate. That ball misses down low. That ball popped up on the right side, going to get out of play. No love lost between these two programs. Just yesterday, the East Peoria 9U team defeated the Potters 10-3 to win Morton's round robin 9U event. So the Raiders are riding some momentum here. Shout out to catcher Bennett Moore and the bat boy Charlie Moore for making that possible for the Raiders. That ball going to be fouled off out of play down the right field line again. And speaking of 9U, there goes half of them tearing after the foul ball. So 2-2 here. Again, hitters Brandon Sieben, right fielder. Duncheon going to come set. And that is a fastball right by him. And that is the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Morton, number 16, Owen Adams.
That's going to bring up Owen Adams. Owen hitting .352 on the year, 4 doubles, a home run, 13 RBIs. Also one of their primary base threats, although they don't run terribly often. Brooks leads with 7, and Adams has 3. So not a lot of stolen bases by the Potters, but they will try to keep you honest. Adams opened some eyes as a freshman when he earned All-Mid-Illini Conference honors on a really good conference champion Morton team. He's going to foul that one off in front of the plate. Holland's going to give him a little time to compose himself, and we'll walk it back. Here comes the payoff pitch, 1-2, 2 outs. And again, the fastball, just Uncle Charlie, well, I shouldn't say Uncle Charlie, that's curveball. Talking out of my butt. Fastball right down Main Street there, folks, just reared back and threw it, and both times didn't have a shot. So we go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless, Raiders coming to bat.
You got a relative on that line?
No, I just knew that Laura Moore's kids both played on it yesterday.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 11, Jackson Beasley.
So here comes the senior, Jackson Beasley. Jackson checking in this year at 293 batting average, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. He'll look at strike one there from Schaffnit, the Bradley recruit. Look at one in the dirt there, and that'll even the count at 1. Sun just starting to set here at Eastside Center. Lights not on just yet, but they will be shortly. That one going to go right back up the middle for a single. Nice piece of hitting there.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 34, Augie Lonis.
And that'll bring up Augie Lonis.
Hey, safe to say I'm the beast, the Lord.
Last time we did this, Augie had himself a walk-off home run, so we'll hope for a little bit more of the magic tonight. Sacrifice? Sacrifice bunt there by
Now
Lonis.
batting for the Raiders, number 1, Joe Clark.
That's going to bring up Joe Clark, the speedy center fielder. He's headed to Eureka College. So Clark looks the first pitch, ball 1 there. Matt Plummer putting on the plays with the wristband set there. Beasley going to lead away from second. Adams ducking in behind him, pounding the glove. Clark going to swing over that breaker. Schaffnit added a slider in the offseason, a sweeper, I believe is what we're officially calling it. But that makes his curveball and his changeup all the more harder to predict. So he can, and he's going to pick behind, and they got him. Beasley came up short on the dive back. Adams slapped it down on his hand, and that was all she wrote, folks. So sacrificed him over, and not what Matt Plummer had in mind. So now that's 2 outs. Joe Clark facing a 1-1 count here from Schaffnit. Bradley Recruit has given up a pair of hits so far. Joe Clark going to lay down a bunt. That's going to go just foul. Kudos to the future Red Devil trying to start some magic there with a little 2-out bunt. So he'll load it back up in the box and go again here, see what Schaffnit has for him. And he's going to put that one in play, and he put a charge into it. Wow. Beck Powers, left fielder, way back. Took a little bit of a Magellan route there, but does haul it in near the, I don't think we have a warning track anymore, but it's all turf. But what would have been near the track if we were still on the old system. So Joe Clark gave that one a ride. Great 2-strike swing on it, but doesn't get anything out of it. So we head to the third, still 0-0.
Now
All
batting
right.
for Morton, number 8, Beck Powers.
Here we go. Beck Powers stepping in. Powers just lately earning a spot in the lineup. He is hitting 188 on the year. 6 hits, 32 at bats, 2 of them doubles, 5 RBIs, but has been, like I said, better as of late. He'll square off here against Duncheon. Duncheon, the Illinois State recruit, comes into this game just on an absolute tear of pitching performances. He's 4-2 in 41.2 innings, has given up just 7 earned runs, struck out 61 and walked 10, and carrying a 1.18 ERA. So nice work there by the Illinois State recruit. Another fastball. They're going to be fouled back. Count will ride 0-2 to Beck Powers. While we're in between pitches here, I want to give a big shout out to Matt Plummer and Jesse Crawford for entrusting me with their Game Changer accounts. Huge to be able to go and access stats and whatnot mid-game. So really appreciate Jesse and Matt for both doing that. Matt, it's a little easier because his room is 2 doors down from mine, and if he can't get to me, he can just send his best friend across the hall to smack me upside the head, who also happens to be sitting 2 chairs down in the press box. So fouls that one off. That was a little screamy Mimi. Somebody was glad they were rocking backwards down there. And we'll still ride with 2 strikes. 1-2 here to Beck Powers. On deck is Colin Burns. Colin having a heck of a year on the mound, struggling to get the bat going a little bit here at 286. Powers will look at that one in the dirt. That'll even the count at 2-2. Thank you all for joining us. Glad you're here. Looks like we got 7. That ball stung through the left side, and Powers is going to get himself the first hit of the day for the Potters. So, like I said, that'll bring up Burns, who's hitting 286.
Now batting, number 34, Colin Burns.
14 for 49 on the year is young Mr. Burns with a double and 5 RBIs. Has had a great year. Has really come into his own on the mound. He could be the next big thing on the mound for the Potters after Schaffnit takes his game to Bradley next year. So Duncheon got to work with some traffic here for the first time. Like I said, the Potters don't run much, but they do it just to keep you honest. Powers does have 3 stolen bases on the year. Duncheon being very careful with the runner. Hahn going to back pick. Got it down there. That pitch missed up, so that'll be 1-0 to Burns. Nice move there. Boy, the pickoff moves are really working tonight. That ball going to be barreled to left as well. Roman Moody coming on. He's going to make that catch. Tough play for the left fielder coming in. Got to deal with a little bit of the sun setting too. Nice play by Roman.
Number 23, Cal Boker.
You're right. You are good, sir. That'll bring up the DH, Cal Boker. Cal, a big power threat in the 9-hole here. He's got some juice in that bat. Duncheon going to pick over again against Powers. You can see the Potter first base coach. I think that's Doug McCarty. I'm not 100% sure. But really having to shade his eyes there against the setting sun. Full swing there by Boker. EP third baseman Owen Hidden playing right at the grass line here, thinking they might sacrifice with 1 out. Not sure. 9-hole, you never know. But Boker has swung through a pair of pitches now, and it's 0-2 with 1 out. Again, the runner at first is Beck Powers. Duncheon looks in, gets the sign from Hahn. And so we'll reset and go again here. 0-2 count, 1 out. Hahn going to get that one in front of him. Powers didn't know where it had gone either, and he stayed. So lucky break there for the Raiders. Zach Hahn did a great job of getting in front of that, but just kind of popped up and settled right back down at his feet. And of course, your instinct is to immediately look to the backside. Duncheon blows that fastball by Boker, and that'll bring us back to the top with 2 outs. That'll give us Andrew Brooks.
Now batting number 9, Andrew Brooks.
Brooks hitting .288 on the year, 5 doubles, 8 RBIs, 16 runs scored. Has 7 stolen bases, so the best speed on the team. And Duncheon trying to keep Powers stranded at first there. Don't want somebody creeping into the scoring position and putting a run on the board with a little Texas leaguer, duck snort, whatever you want to call it. That breaker didn't quite finish breaking before it got to Zach Hahn, so it'll stay up. That'll make it 1-0 here to Brooks. Duncheon set. Fastball up there. Man, the fastball is riding high in the zone tonight. That'll even the count at 1-1. When you see those high spin pitches like that up at the top of the zone, guys, typically that when you see them swing like that, that means they're seeing the ball rising. Because kids who throw hard like Duncheon, like Schaffnit, tend to have a little bit higher spin rates, and that can play a little bit of tricks on your eyes. 2-1 now to the Potters leadoff man, Andrew Brooks. Brooks retired in the first. Nice job by Mason Watson over there at first, walling up, keeping the ball in front of him on the pick play there. And we'll try this again. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Duncheon with a nice little slider there for strike 2. So we are... There we go. So count rides 2-2, 2 outs. Ooh. That was close at first, folks. I'm guessing Powers was probably taken off there just to see what they can do with 2 outs, 2 strikes. But that's going to miss up, and now Powers is definitely going to be off with the pitch. You're good. So full count here, 3-2, 2 outs. Powers will be off with the pitch. There goes Powers, and he is going to stay there looking. So a strikeout looking for the Duncheon there to end the third and end the first threat for the Potters. We go to the bottom of the third. Raiders coming to bat, still 0-0. No, I can't. Actually, I probably could.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Mason Watson.
We owe a debt of gratitude to Mr. David Hidden here, folks. He just showed us how to mute our microphone between innings so we don't get all the copyright violations from the music. So, dynamite job, David Hidden. Not only does he produce stellar ball players as a father, but he's a little handy with the tech, too. So, Mason Watson, your hitter here, facing a 1-1 count against Ryan Schaffnit. Mace, a two-sport athlete here at the school, also a member of our football team. Hitting 190 on the year, 3 doubles, a home run, 8 RBIs. So there's juice in the bat for the youngster. He'll see that up. That'll even the count at 2-2. Watson going to put that in play. Adams up that throws across, and that'll be the first out of the inning. The Raiders are getting more barrels on Schaffnit than I thought.
The Raiders. Number 21, Roman Moody.
That'll bring up junior left fielder Roman Moody. Roman hitting 186 on the year. 2 doubles, a triple, 8 RBIs. And he'll wave at that first pitch from... he'll foul off that first pitch, rather, from Schaffnit. And he'll look at strike 2 there from Schaffnit. Nice eye by Moody to take that pitch out on the corner. A lot of guys might have been tempted to chase that, thinking they got to protect, but nice eye. Let's see what he does here with 1-2. Gonna put that one in play. It'll roll foul. So Moody gets another chance to win the day here. That ball going to be popped down the right side. And that is going to get foul. Glances off the glove of the Morton second baseman. And it almost popped in the direction of Cam Crawford. Thought Cam might be able to snag that too, but I'm going to guess the son got Jude Parnham there, the Morton second baseman, and Moody will get another chance. And Schaffnit will get him swinging there. I believe that is Schaffnit's first K of the game. So leadoff man Jackson Ahrens. He's going to look at strike 1 from Schaffnit. Ahrens comes in hitting .317 on the year. 4 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. Has scored 26 runs. Has more walks, 11, than strikeouts, 10. That ball barrel going to bounce just to the left of third base. Probably missed third base by about 2.5 feet there. That was pretty close. Schaffnit about to throw his 39th pitch here. And he will get him on the swing and miss. So we are through 3 scoreless, headed to the top of the 4th. Morton 0, East Peoria 0. All right, here we go.
Now
Starting the top of the
batting for
4th.
Morton, number 5, Jude Parnham.
That's going to bring up Jude Parnham, the second hole hitter. Parnham was involved in that odd play down there in foul territory. Ball kind of bounced off his glove there in the sun. Parnham struck out swinging back in the first. Fouled off 3 pitches and then strike 3 swinging. And he'll look at another strike there from Duncheon to go down 0-1. Duncheon so far, just the 1 hit given up, 6 strikeouts. That ball going to miss low and away, even the count at 1-1. That ball going to be topped and put into play. Owen Hidden with no problem there, picking up the hop and the spin and tossing it across the diamond to Mason Watson to get out
Now
number
batting
1.
number 4, Hudson Lovell.
That'll bring up Hudson Lovell, the Potters' chief power threat. Hudson comes in hitting .310, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs on the year for the Potters. He looks at ball 1 from Duncheon, and he'll try to get something going here with 1 out in the top of the 4th. That ball going to be put in play to right. Might try to find a gap. That ball's going to get down. And Lovell's going to coast into second with a double. Hard to read that ball. Looked like...
Now batting number 25, Crawford.
Looked like Jackson Beasley might have a line on that. And then looked like the ball just kept carrying. So that'll bring up Cam Crawford. Cam, the victim of a ground out to second base. Nice play by Corbin Parker last time. But Duncheon, for the first time, has to contend with a threat in scoring position. He'll start. Duncheon starts him a little bit. Looked like a slider there. That misses low for a ball. They're going to rule that Crawford did not go there. That was awful close. So Duncheon finds himself staring down a 2-0 hole here. To Cam Crawford. Crawford will swing over that. That'll make it 2-1. Zach Hahn staying active tonight behind the plate, trying to keep those Morton base runners close. Crawford comes in hitting .288 on the year, 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Oof. RJ needs to get that breaker thrown a little firmer, and I think that'll bring it down in the zone. But right now, he's looking at a 3-1 count, 1 out. Runner away from second base is Hudson Lovell, who doubled the right center just a batter ago. And Duncheon going to pick behind. Duncheon sneaks a strike in there under Crawford's hands. That'll make it 3-2 here, 1 out. Brandon Sieben, a strikeout victim in his first at-bat, on deck. And Duncheon will blow the fastball by Crawford for out number 2 here. That'll bring up Brandon Sieben.
Now batting number 7, Brandon Sieben.
Sieben comes in hitting 254, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Nice batting eye. Does take a lot of walks. 13 walks on the year to 16 strikeouts. So he's got a pretty good eye. And he'll look at ball one there from R.J. Duncheon. In runner at second, Hudson Lovell. He leads away. Duncheon will step off. Just an absolutely great crowd tonight, folks. We are packed in behind the plate. We've got people stretched down both foul lines. We've got people wandering over from the games going on the diamonds around us. This does not get much better, folks. Oh my goodness, that was a strike. I'm not even going to try to hide it, folks. That was a strike. Man, that was, yeah. Yeah, I had the comps throw it 2-0, but it puts him in a 3-0 hole here. So we'll see what Duncheon can do to climb the hill. He'll fastball for strike one, so that'll make it 3-1, 2 outs. Probably has to go fastball again here. Which he will do. And so now 3-2, 2 outs. We'll see what the runner from second does. Doesn't have to go, obviously. No force at play here, but, might also want to get a head start on anything that could potentially get down in the green. Late time called there by Sieben. Duncheon has to stop his delivery. Thankfully, smart enough to let his momentum take him off the mound and not try to decelerate on his own, which is how you can really mess up your shoulder. Just a pro tip there, kids. If you ever find yourself in that situation, let your momentum go. Even throw it if you have to. Duncheon tried to go upstairs to fastball and missed. That'll put Sieben on first, and that'll bring up Owen Adams.
Now batting number 16, Owen Adams.
Duncheon about to throw his 60th pitch of the evening through 4, so that's about 15 pitches an inning. Not bad. That's on pace for being within the limit. It's going to need to get a little bit more efficient as we go here. Slider there makes it 0-2. So here we go, 0-2, 2 outs. Duncheon going to get him on the swing and lets out a big roar. R.J. Duncheon feeling it right now. So Duncheon escapes his first jam. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still tied at 0 between Morton and East Peoria. All right, here we go. Bottom of the fourth. Owen Hidden leading it off. Raiders 2-hole hitter going to face down Ryan Schaffnit. He'll look at strike one there. and the Illinois Central College crew comes in hitting 302, 5 doubles, 7 RBIs, 18 runs scored, 13 walks, 14 strikeouts. So a nice eye by the future Cougar. He's going to put that one in play to the left. Adams up clean with it, going to fire across, throw a little low, and that ball not able to be dug out by Cam Crawford, and the Raiders are in business here on the throwing error.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncheon.
Duncheon singled up the middle last time. We'll see how the Morton D plays him. Doesn't look like any shifts. They're playing RJ pretty straight ahead here. And Schaffnit going to run the changeup right in on the inner third and kind of froze Duncheon there. We'll see what he comes back for the second offering. Duncheon gets his hands inside, pulls that ball down the left side, but that just makes it 0-2 now. Matt Plummer reminding Owen Hidden at first base, see the breaking ball down in the dirt. And presumably to take the refrigerator off his back as well.
He used to be real fast.
That ball slapped back up the middle on a line. Hidden going to come to second, and R.J. Duncheon has his second hit of the day. And the Raiders are in
Now
business.
batting for the Raiders, number 5, Zach Hahn.
Got the club going up on the Tuesday. Got the girl in the color she
That'll bring up Zach Hahn.
going up on the Tuesday.
Hudson Lovell and Ryan Schaffnit going to talk this over.
Tuesday, club going up on the Tuesday. Got the girl in the color she chooses.
Zach Hahn hitting 359. Second best on the Raiders behind R.J. Duncheon. 7 doubles, a home run, 17 RBIs on the year, 14 walks to 10 strikeouts. So Raiders in position here to do something cool. And that ball going to be put in play to Adams on the right. That's going to get through, and Hidden is going to get waved home on the air. And that'll score the first run of the game.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 11, Jackson Beasley.
So a pair of errors put the Raiders on the board here. That'll bring Jackson Beasley to the plate. I could not love this walk-up song enough. Love me some Gap Band. You know, that's how I know we have hope for the future generation, because I have heard some outstanding walk-ups this year. We were talking about this on the podcast last night. Like, God bless the kid who came out with Alice in Chains' Wood. Heard a little Limp Bizkit from Brimfield's Lane Johnson last weekend. The kids are all right.
Did I hear a request for that in between?
So here we go. Raider dugout getting into it now. Raiders lead 1-0. Beasley going to put down the great sack bunt. Shafted up clean with it. Fires across. And that will... a little collision there at first.
Now batting for the Raiders,
between
number
Jude Barnum
34, Augustus Lonis.
Yeah.
Nope. We're good.
Umpires had to have a little conference there about...
Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up, this is my mama stayed in the apartment. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in boards. I'm harmless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest.
All right, so one out here. Augie Lonis at the plate. Jesse Crawford going to come out and talk about this. I'm assuming they're going to talk about the collision at first.
I didn't see it, guys. I didn't know. I didn't really see it. Really? What did he do? Oh, first base.
So a little conference here on the mound. Jesse Crawford talking it over with his defense. Matt Plummer going to summon his offensive players down there to the third base box. Want to thank Kevin Newhoff for chiming in. Always good to see Kevin. His son, Brooks, having a great year down at Lincoln Land. Last time I checked, 9 home runs for the freshman outfielder / third baseman at Lincoln Land. So great year for Brooksy, and looking forward to seeing him do some cool things down the road. So Augie Lone is going to step in the box here. Runners on second and third. Schaffnit kind of a half, didn't complete the spin, wasn't necessarily going to third either. Corners are in for the Potters. And Lone is going to swing over a breaking ball there. We'll try again here. 0-1 count to Lonis. Trying to get down the bunt there. Brandon Maroney, the runner at third. Courtesy running for R.J. Duncheon. Zach Hahn out at second. Lonis now down 0-2 after the failed bunt attempt. 1 out here. Got to put the ball in play. Push another run across. Lonis will swing over it, and that'll bring us to 2 outs. That's going to bring up Joe Clark. Joe gave one a jump earlier into the left center gap and just didn't quite have the umph on it. Beck Powers ran under it. We'll see what Joe's got up his sleeve here for another 2-out appearance at the plate. Look at that one on the outer edge. Little inconsistency in the zones here, folks. Not giving Duncheon much up and down, but giving Schaffnit plenty of latitude left and right. Clark swings over that one. That's going to make it 0-2 here, 2 outs. Have to put the ball in play here. Clark calls time, goes to his eye. Might be having a contact issue here. Seems to have worked itself out. And Clark will come back. Here's the pitch. Change up, down and away. And that'll make it 1-2. Schaffnit just passed the 50 pitch mark. 53 pitches now on the evening. So here we go again. 1-2 to Joe Clark. That ball outside, that was a strike earlier in the at-bat. So that'll even the count at 2-2. It's all about knowing how to talk, Pat. Dave Bentley speculating on the mosquito presence. And Clark going to go down looking there. So we go to the 5th. Still tied, or pardon me, no, Raiders lead 1-0. Sorry. My goodness. Did the same thing with a broken leg. Like, I was shocked when I showed up to practice after he'd been limping around for a week and he had a boot on. One, I didn't think they
Now
had a boot
batting
big enough.
number 8, Beck Powers.
So that'll bring up Beck Powers. Beck has the one of just 2 hits on the night for the Potters. Singled to left in his first at bat, got stranded at first as R.J. Duncheon shut down any spark of a rally there. So Duncheon will start again here. And that is ball 1, although it sure didn't look like it. That was Duncheon's 62nd pitch of the evening. So 3 innings left, 40 pitches. Got to get through these on an average of 13 an inning, or 13 a pitch. That ball 2. I'm hoping that Alex Van Winkle is secretly proud of me for doing that math on the fly and dividing 40 by 3 and realizing it's 13 and a third.
That is phenomenal.
So strike 1 there, fastball on the outside third. That'll make it 2-1 to Powers, the left fielder. Gonna miss there with the slider. That'll make it 3-1. So 1 inning after giving up the lead here, Potter's looking to maybe get something going with a base hit ball 4 situation. Powers going to foul that one down the right side. Watson giving chase. I lost sight. Looks like that ball got out of play. Man, looked like Mason Watson had a beat on that thing for a second. And if he made that catch, he was not getting any homework tomorrow. Hahn now out to talk to Duncheon, talk how they want to apply this with count running full here. Man on deck is Colin Burns, who lined out to left in his first at-bat. Potter's top step squad getting into it here. And there is a fastball. That's the hardest fastball R.J. Duncheon's thrown this evening. I don't even have a gun on me, but that was... I'd be shocked if that wasn't 92.
Now
My goodness.
Number 34, Colin Burns.
That thing was vicious. So that'll bring up Colin Burns. Like I said, Colin lined out to left in his first AB. That was took a nice play by Roman Moody to read the charge on that thing and come in and snag it. So here we go again. Duncheon 1-0 to Burns. He'll get him on the breaker. That'll leave him the count at 1-1 here. Again, Raiders lead 1-0 here, top 5. Raiders took advantage of 2 Morton errors last inning to push 1 run across. So count 2-1 here. It's Colin Burns, Potter's 8-hole hitter. He'll swing over that one. And that'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here. So that gets the strikeout. That is Duncheon's 9th of the evening.
Now batting, Cal Boker.
Cal Boker, the designated hitter and 9-hole hitter, one of those strikeout victims back in the 3rd. So 2 outs here. Duncheon at 73 pitches. And he'll get Boker there on the swing. Boker maybe a little too overeager early in his at-bats here. Getting pretty jumpy at the breaking stuff. Duncheon comes set, 0-1. And Boker going to foul that one off down the left. Owen Hidden going to give chase, but that's going to curl away pretty quick and end up over between here and the youth field. So 0-2 now, 2 outs. Duncheon at 75 pitches now, 30 away from the limit. That would work out to roughly the 6th and 7th if he can get through them efficiently with 15 pitch innings. And that strike 3 looking. So Duncheon going to K the side there. And we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. Raiders lead 1-0.
Mason Watson.
So here we go with the bottom of the fifth. Again, Raiders lead 1-0. RJ Duncheon struck out the side there in the top half of the inning. We'll see if the Raiders can add to their 1-0 lead here in the bottom half. That's going to get down, but it's going to get down foul. So Mason Watson there put one in play, but curled foul. That'll be strike one. And Ryan Schaffnit might need to give his defense time to get set here. Schaffnit is in the groove. Curveball, that'll make it 0-2. And these are the kind of at-bats where you gotta, strikeouts are bad, gotta put the ball in play. And Schaffnit will get Watson swinging there for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Raiders, Roman Moody.
That'll also bring up Roman Moody, who was another strikeout victim, one of 5 now for Schaffnit on the evening. Schaffnit has given up just 3 hits, 1 run, which was unearned, no walks, 5 Ks. It's quite the pitcher's duel here between him and RJ Duncheon, which should bode well for the Missouri Valley Conference in the future, as both these young men head to Missouri Valley schools. Ryan to Schaffnit to Bradley University, and Duncheon to Illinois State University. So the war on 150 becomes the war on 74. Schaffnit flips over a breaking ball there for strike one. Count now 2-1, and here goes Schaffnit again. Fastball misses up. That'll make it 3-1. Matt Plummer advising his crew to sit on the fastball. And Moody does just that and puts one in play to right. That burned him. That burned the right fielder, and Moody is off to the races. He's going to pull into second with a double.
Now batting for the Raiders,
Leadoff man. Jackson grounded out to first, and a strikeout victim so far tonight. And Aaron's will look at a breaking ball for strike one. Want to send a shout out to my beautiful wife, Melissa, at home, playing with her new red light therapy mask. It looked a little scary in the picture she sent just a minute ago. Shout out to Zach Burling there as well. The Illini West coach just texted me, keeping me in the loop about his guys out there on the river. Also hearing that Tremont's Griffin Meeker hit for the cycle today, so exciting day all around. So 1-2 here to Jackson Aarons. Aarons looking to put the ball in play. Roman Moody, the Raiders base runner at second. He doubled with 1 out in the inning here. And Aarons will lay off the breaking ball for count evened at 2. Little over an hour into this ball game. Just going to go ahead and knock on wood now, since I opened my fat mouth. Schaffnit picks behind Moody again. Had some success with that move earlier, but Moody gets back. And so strikeout number 6 there.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 9, Owen Hidden.
Yet another great walk-up song there. One of the best of all time. Changeup starts hitting outside. Owen's father sitting up here shrugging his shoulders, pretty sure that was a strike. And in the exact same spot it was. So that'll even the count at 1-1. So runner on second is Roman Moody. Raiders lead 1-0 here. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Hidden just missed that pitch. My goodness, if he barrels that, it is taking a ride over to Stamper Stadium. Well, it's Corwin Clatfield, I guess. Stamper Stadium would mean he hit it down the hill. But either way, he was headed to the football field. So here we go. 1-2, 2 outs. Illinois Central College recruit Owen Hidden in the box, taking on Bradley recruit Ryan Schaffnit. Schaffnit looking for his 6th strikeout of the evening. Pardon me, 7th strikeout of the evening. And Hidden will lay off the fastball up and away. And that'll even the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, the runner on second is Roman Moody. Raiders lead 1-0. And Owen Hidden looking to add on to that lead right here. And Hidden going to foul that one off. Count will ride 2-2 here, 2 outs in the 5th. Schaffnit also closing in on the 75 pitch mark here. As soon as he lets this pitch go, that will be 75. So both pitchers set up for complete games here. And Schaffnit will get Hidden to swing over a changeup. And that'll end the threat in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Raiders lead 1-0. Pardon my fat thumb there, folks, giving you the view of me, the ugly guy. Going to start off top of the 6th here. Andrew Brooks going to step in, Potter's leadoff man. And we are getting deeper into this ball game, and everything is getting a little more tense. Duncheon will miss up there. Need to give a shout out to a couple of guys. Todd Mitchell checking in from the Bloomington Normal area. Todd, a former Illinois State great, checking in on his old teammate Ryan Duncheon and his kid. So good to see Todd checking in, and I know Kevin Yates is out there watching too. Fastball from Duncheon there, going to even the count at 1-1. Duncheon bends the breaker in there on the inside half. Might have cement mixed it a little bit, but that'll make it 1-2 here to the Potters leadoff man, Andrew Brooks. Brooks has a previous strikeout back in the third. And another one right there. So Duncheon gets his 12th strikeout of the evening as Brooks goes down looking.
Now batting number 5, Jude Parnham.
Yeah, that'll bring up Jude Parnham. Parnham struck out back in the first and also grounded out to third back in the third. So here we go with Jude Parnham. He'll look at one outside. RJ Duncheon just crossed the 80 pitch mark, so 25 left in his evening. Needs to finish this inning preferably right around 90. That ball going to be tapped in play. Going to be a tough play for Owen Hidden. He picks it up clean, and he's going to tuck that in his back pocket, and probably wisely so. That's a smart senior play right there. Knowing better to eat that and keep him at first than potentially put it in play down the right field line.
Hudson Lovell.
That'll bring up Hudson Lovell, Potters' number 3 hitter. Both pitchers now have given up 4 hits on the evening. No, 3. I'm sorry, 3 for RJ. I was looking at ours. My bad. So Duncheon, just the 3rd hit he surrendered. Again, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk. No runs earned or otherwise for Duncheon. And he will shoot a fastball at Lovell that will be fouled back out of play. Got down somewhere. Must have gone over the building because we didn't hear it hit the roof. And so 0-1 here to Hudson Lovell, the Potters standout sophomore catcher. Duncheon going to pick over again. That one got away from Mason Watson. And that's going to move Parnham into scoring position. So errors playing a big role here. Of course, the E1. Of course, the Raiders scored both their runs thanks to a pair of Morton errors. So we'll see if the Potters can take advantage of their own here. Lovell going to miss the breaking ball there. That'll make it 0-2. There we go, 0-2, 1 out. RJ Duncheon, the Raider pitcher, facing Hudson Lovell, the Morton hitter. Runner at second base is Jude Parnham. And Lovell going to wave at the breaking ball there, and that's out number 2. And the 13th strikeout of the evening for RJ Duncheon. I think Steve Holmes going to get his hands cut off at stealing for some point, folks, because RJ Duncheon, boy, that fell right into his lap with mom and dad both going there. That little cross up there looked like between Hahn and Duncheon. Wild pitch there, going to bring Parnham just 90 feet away from tying this ball game up. And Hahn going to take a timeout and talk it over with Duncheon. I think one of the more underrated parts of RJ's game is that he came up as a catcher, so he has an idea of not only being a great hitter, but also, you know, where you want to try to go with these pitches. So 1-0 here to Cam Crawford. Crawford grounded out to second on a spectacular play by EP second baseman Corbin Parker back in the second, and then struck out swinging back in the fourth. So there you see runner at third, 2 outs, and Duncheon going to run the fastball by Crawford there to even the count at 1-1. Crawford does have some legit juice in his bat. Second on the Potter squad this spring so far with 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. And he looks at the breaking ball there from Duncheon. That was Duncheon's 88th pitch of the evening. And that makes it 1-2 with 2 outs. Big pitch coming up right here. See what Duncheon does. I'm going to guess he goes back to the fastball. And that one low and away. Going to even the count at 2-2 here. Duncheon has really gone to that fastball, both on the outer third and up in 2 strike situations so far tonight. And Duncheon gets him there swinging. And RJ lets him know. The 14th strikeout of the evening for Duncheon. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Raiders still lead 1-0.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncheon.
Welcome back to Dave Rogers Field here, folks, at Eastside Center. We have a barn burner of a Middle Illini Conference game. East Peoria leads Morton 1-0 here as we come into the bottom of the 6th. And R.J. Duncheon going to get things started with an absolute barrel to center. And that's going to be run down beautifully by Potter center fielder Andrew Brooks. Heck of a play by the senior center fielder there. My goodness.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 5, Zach Hahn.
So that'll bring up Zach Hahn. After the fly out to center by Duncheon. And Hahn will try to check up there, but will swing over strike 1. Schaffnit, 7 strikeouts tonight. No walks, 4 hits surrendered, no earned runs, just 1 run total. Coming up on his 80th pitch of the evening here. Count now to 1-2 against Hahn. Again, Raiders lead 1-0 as we approach the hour 15-minute mark of this game. That ball fouled off by Hahn. Count will ride 1-2. Hahn reached on one of those errors that brought home Owen Hidden back in the 4th. Hahn will strike out there. That'll make it 2 outs.
Now batting number 11, Jackson Beasley.
That'll bring up Jackson Beasley. Jackson with a single to his credit tonight, also a sack bunt. That one going to be put in play. He might beat that out. Colin Burns up clean with fires across, and that'll get Beasley. So we head to the 7th in this game. Potters have 3 outs to work with to tie this thing up, and the Raiders have 3 outs to get to sew this victory up. We'll be back with the top of the 7th here in a minute. Welcome back to Dave Rogers Field at Eastside Center. Here again, we have a barn burner of a ball
Now batting
game.
number 7, Stephen.
East Peoria, your host, leads rival Morton 1-0 here, top of the 7th. RJ Duncheon taking the bump. 15 pitches to go on his pitch limit. 14 strikeouts of the game, just 3 hits allowed by the Illinois State recruit.
Just like that.
And that ball going to miss up, evidently. And that'll be ball 1 to Brandon Sieben. Sieben going to put that one into play. Joe Clark drifting back. That ball carrying. Clark going to come down with it. That's the first out. Potters down to their final 2 bullets.
Number 16, Owen Adams.
That'll bring up Owen Adams. Owen, a strikeout victim each of his 2 trips to the plate tonight, both times swinging. We'll see what he can do against RJ Duncheon here. Duncheon now at 92 pitches on the evening. Breaking ball, going to miss low. Beck Powers going to come out and clean up for the umpire and catcher Zach Hahn. Duncheon going to settle back in here and see what happens. And he'll run the fastball by Adams here for a strike. Got to wonder if Jesse Crawford has his squad taking until there's no more left to take. And that'll make it strike 2. So, yeah, 1-2 count to Adams here. 1 out. Again, Raiders lead 1-0 here, top 7. The string of outstanding pitching performances here in the Mid-Illini Conference just keeps rolling. And Duncheon gets him looking there, and Morton is down to its last bullet.
Now batting, Powers.
15 strikeouts now on the evening for RJ Duncheon. So in steps Beck Powers. Powers is 1 for 2 with a single. That one's going to be fouled, popped up. Owen Hidden maybe looking like he has room, but that ball's going to hit on the sidewalk just outside the fence. So that'll make it 0-1. Potters need to make some magic happen here with their last 2 strikes and their last out. Powers went down looking back in the 5th as well. So 0-1 here from Duncheon. Comes set. And that slider going to miss outside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Here comes Duncheon again. That ball going to be fouled off down the right side, back onto the diamond behind us, number 7. And the East Peoria 9U team is on the case. So 1-2 count now. Potters down to their last strike with Beck Powers at the plate. And Powers going to foul that one off. Duncheon is just cutting it loose. I don't know if his grunts are coming through on the microphone, folks, but it is audible all the way back here. And it is no mistaking who it is. So count rides, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Your host, East Peoria, leads Morton 1-0. Potters need to make a little magic happen. Let's see if RJ Duncheon has the spell break. These 2 teams will meet again on Wednesday night in Morton. Get there for that one, too. Beautiful Westwood Park. And there it is. Duncheon's 16th strikeout. And the Raiders are going to have themselves a party. We thank you, folks, for joining us. Again, your final here from Dave Rogers Field. East Peoria 1. Morton 0. RJ Duncheon, clearly your player of the game. The Illinois State recruit gives up just 3 hits, no runs, walks just 1, and strikes out 16. on 101 pitches. Yeah. So, not a bad outing for Morton's Ryan Schaffnit either. Schaffnit goes 6-inning complete game, gives up just 1 unearned run, 4 hits, and strikes out 8 without walking anybody. So we thank you folks for joining us. We thank all of you who chimed in tonight, whether via the comment section or text. And we will catch you down the road.